What is it, Samuel?
This is my Halloween costume.
This is great.
Yes, it's great.
Okay, so this is obviously coming in two parts. We have a huge face. Well, that won't help if I turn it like this, but a very long face
Very
right
big
there.
face.
Is that, and then the body, of course. Which is your favorite part?
Well, I like them both equally.
Yeah,
but
right.
I spent a whole lot more time on this, but I had my mom and my sister help me out on building the costume portion of this.
So it's very sentimental.
Yes, yes. So they're both good in their own ways.
Okay, so what's going on? Okay, which one do you want to start with?
Let's talk about the head first.
Okay, here we are. The head is. I set on a mustache. Okay, so there's a head here, right here. Man,
right.
This is hard to get in frame. I feel like I need to tilt it this way, but the viewers will hate it if the whole video is like this. So, okay, the head.
This is the head.
Okay. It looks amazing.
Yes.
It looks great, and I actually felt it. I don't know, the viewers won't get a good feel of this, but it's actually soft. It feels a little bit like skin, like creepy skin.
It
looks professionally done. I guess it is. You're a professional.
Sure, I'm a professional. Don't try this at home. I'm a professional. Actually, do try this at home, because I do this at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't, because it looks way too complicated. So let's talk about the head. What all went into this?
Okay. I started out with just basic foam rubber.
Okay.
So it's just foam.
Like on the whole insides is just foam.
Well, no.
Oh.
The whole head is foam.
Okay.
This whole thing is foam. All it is just foam, and then I made basically a tube out of it, and then you can still see the seams on the top of the head, but you cut little slices, which I'm sure you're seeing in the video right now that Zach is interspersing in. And using hot glue, you just glue all of the pieces together. Hot glue works really well with foam. You just won't have any feeling left in your fingers when you're done.
Did you burn your fingers?
Every time that you use hot glue and foam rubber, you end up with hot glue on your fingers.
Great.
Yes. So
you always wear gloves.
Right off the bat, it's a fun project.
Okay. So obviously you have the long cylinder thing for the head made out of foam.
Right.
And then I guess you added pieces to it to make the lips.
The lips are extra pieces of foam that I just hot glued on there. The nose and the ears are made out of air dry magic clay, I guess is what it's called. It's air dry. It's, you get a brick of it at any of the fine arts and crafts stores. I don't want to use brand names, but
okay.
And then I just hot glued those on. So everything basically starts off just with hot glue in this project, and hot glue and foam is strong enough together that it's not going anywhere.
Okay, so you attach the extra pieces. Then I guess you painted it with something. What did you paint that with?
The paint I actually get online from a company that Zach will put a link to in the description.
Okay.
Or in an annotation.
Whichever.
Right here.
Well, I can't do links outside.
Oh, okay. Well, then the name of the company will be right here, and the link will be in the description down here.
Okay.
It's just called mask latex, and you use a flesh colorant, and then you brush on. I think I did 3 coats of mask latex in order to cover this whole thing, and that is what gives it sort of the look of flesh. Yeah, because otherwise it just looks like foam rubber, and that doesn't look cool.
Yeah.
And then once I got that on, I painted the mask, and to paint the mask, you can't paint mask latex without it wanting to crack, because if you paint with paint and you do this, it would crack.
Oh yeah.
So you have to thin your paint down with what's called Prozaid, which you can buy at the same place that you get mask latex.
Okay. So it's a thinner paint that goes on and it doesn't crack.
Yeah, and so I did a coat of flesh color, and then I did some brown in there, which you can see kind of like the age spots.
Oh yeah.
In the back there, you can see it for sure.
Ooh, gross.
And some pink and some blue, because flesh isn't just one color. So when you do it, you have to do it with lots of various colors.
So this feels like my grandfather's skin and hair.
Yes.
How did you do the hair?
Okay, the hair is very time consuming, but it's well worth the effort of doing it rather than just gluing it on.
Okay.
What you do is you take a needle, and the eye of the needle, you cut the eye of the needle in half, so you end up with basically at the top of the needle a shape like a U.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you take the needle and you stick it into an X-Acto blade holder, and you end up with a tool that you can then take a strand of hair and you lay your head down and you just poke the hair down into the head with this thing. And what it does is, if you have, say, your strand of hair going across like this and you poke in the middle, it'll poke it in half and attach it inside the latex.
Okay.
And the latex is thick enough that it will actually hold fairly strongly into the head. You might have some that fall out, but it just takes a really long time because you can only do it 2 or 3 strands at a time. So
the same thing with the eyebrows?
Same thing with the eyebrows. I just did that in larger chunks just because I thought that it needed to be thicker than the old man hair on the side of the head.
Okay. While we're looking at the eyes, what are they? I mean, they look fairly good. Oh, yeah. Gross.
So
gross.
Sorry, I'm sorry for the squeamish there. I didn't realize he was going to do that.
Okay. The eyes. The eyes are actually that same white air dry clay, and then I took red yarn.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Took white Elmer's glue and just took red yarn and put that on to make blood vessels.
Wow, that actually looks really cool.
Yeah, and then on the eye, the pupil is just printed off from my printer, and then you cut a slit in it so that it can form around the eye.
Yeah.
And you glue it down with Elmer's glue, and then take clear nail polish and cover the whole thing in clear nail polish so it's shiny.
I love glue.
Glue's great.
Okay. Now, I think the part that stands out the most is... what are you doing? Just kidding. The mouth.
Yes.
I think the part that stands out the most is the mouth right here. And the teeth look pretty crazy. And there's a tongue in there. There's all sorts of things.
So
it's very dry.
Yeah. The mouth is made with Sculpey, which you bake in the oven.
Okay.
I bought flesh-colored Sculpey, and then I bought white Sculpey, and attached them to pieces of wood that have a hinge. So then, once I put the flesh down, then I just poked holes in the flesh and just stuck the teeth down into the flesh.
Wow.
So that's how that made. And then I broke a tooth off.
Does it hurt when he bites? Ow. Okay, yeah, that does hurt.
Okay. So the back of the head has a hole in it. Right here.
Oh wow, an access.
So that you can slide your hand in.
Gross.
And that allows you to...
Oh my goodness, it's like a puppet.
Yeah, it's a puppet head.
Sam, you made a giant, almost, like 2 of those would be this tall as you.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the head of our costume.
Wow, make him say something cool.
Hey guys! How's it going?
That was so cool. Alright.
Wow, all that was totally amazing, but there's still one more piece left. It's the body. So let's talk about the body right now. Is everything set up? Is everything ready to go?
Let's talk about the body.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about the body.
Alright, this thing is huge. It looks like part mummy, part something. I don't know. Tell us what it is.
Okay, well this is the body of the costume.
Oh my gosh.
I actually get inside of this, and it's made... If I can get it
There's
up.
a cage in there.
Yeah, it's a PVC cage basically that I get inside of, and then I use chicken wire in order to form the shape of the shoulders and everything like that.
Oh my goodness.
So I used foam, foam that I had left over from making the puppet head to kind of pad it to make it a little bit more comfortable to wear.
And you said your mom and your sister helped you out with this?
Yeah, they did all the sewing of the black fabric and stuff. I sat there with the cage on like this for 2.5, 3 hours while they sewed the costume on around me.
Whoa.
The arms are just more foam.
Wow.
Wrapped around PVC. So then when I'm inside the costume, I can grab either arm by the PVC.
Jeez, you almost grabbed me.
To move the arms around.
That looks cool. So the hands, tell us about the hands.
The hands I bought from, I got for my birthday, but they came from Amazon.com. They're just
sweet
giant ogre hands that I filled with cotton, and then I took fishing line and sewed the fishing line onto the foam rubber, so then that way they're nice and attached.
Let me try. Those are big hands.
Yep.